This is Deepavali season in Singapore, and I've heard that Little India is the absolute place to be. As an international student from China, this is my very first time experiencing the Festival of Lights. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm just going to dive right in. The plan? No plan. Just go with the flow, eat everything I see, and see what happens. So, Little India is one of the Singapore's most vibrant cultural districts. For over a century, it's been the heart of the India community here. As a first-time visitor, the first thing that hits me is the explosion of color. The buildings are painted in bright blues, pinks, and yellows, and they're covered with these amazing murals that tell stories of their culture. It's like walking into a living art gallery. The moment I stepped out of the MRT station, my first thought was, this is insane. The crowd is just huge. You can literally feel the festival energy in the air. It's so thick and exciting. I followed the flow of people, and the second I entered the market, my jaw dropped. I looked up, and the ceiling was just dripping with these incredible gold and silver decorations, mixed with thousands of fresh flowers. It was a total sensory overload in the best way possible. The stalls are in a riot of color. So many vibrant clothes, glittering ornaments, and these beautiful flower garlands everywhere. The air smells like spices and jasmine. And of course, there were tourists everywhere, just like me, with their cameras out soaking it all in. It felt like the whole world had come here to celebrate. I've never seen anything like this. Finding a place to eat was a challenge. Everywhere was packed. I ended up ducking into this one shop that looked a bit less crowded. And here's the thing. There was no menu, just one big pot of rice and curry. It was the ultimate blind box experience. You get what you're given. So I just pointed, nodded, and ended up with these orange juice and this house special. Though I still don't know its name, the flavor was surprisingly incredible. It has the unique balance. A little sour, a little spicy, and a little sweet all at once. I especially enjoyed this side dish. It's something like honey pickled tomatoes, a total surprise for my taste buds. They were also so generous with the meat that I was worried it would be super expensive since I just ordered randomly. But the whole thing was just $13. 9 out of 10. A great start for my journey. Okay, let's continue our journey. See all these flowers everywhere? I was told that in the festival, flowers, especially these bright yellow marigolds, are a big deal. They symbolize purity, good luck, and a fresh start. People use them to welcome the divine and to decorate their homes, a part of celebrating the victory of lights over darkness. I thought, what better way to spread a bit of this light? So I got a jasmine string for my friends, and she just sent me this picture of her dorm. It's so cool to see these good vibes traveling all that way. Next, we visited both a Hindu temple and a mosque. The architecture and atmosphere was so peaceful. But then, I tried masala chai. I'd always heard it's a bit weird taste, but you know what they say, don't knock it till you try it. And here's my honest review. It's hot, a little spicy, and tasted like gingerbread mixed with Hong Kong style milk tea, with actual ginger fiber in it. As a ginger lover, this was a 10,000 out of 10 moment. Then I saw a big queue for these colorful snacks and jumped right in. Plot twist. These yellow balls I thought was a curry potato thing was a total sugar bomb, which would be great for those with a sweet tooth, but not for me. Paratha time. Paratha is a crispy, chewy flatbread from southern India. I really enjoy watching it transform from a simple dough into this golden buttery masterpiece. And how could I miss out on the ultimate festival limited edition tattoo? I had to get some henna. The design was so beautiful, but a quick pro tip. Right after it's done, do not carry shopping bags. Yeah, I learned that the hard way and smudged mine a little right after this. By 7 pm, Little India had completely transformed. The streets were bathed in colourful lights, and you could hear the pop of party poppers everywhere, adding to the festive chaos. The festive spirit really peaked at this hour, with streets getting busier and more lively. When grabbing my chance to capture these amazing night scenes, a fellow tourist asked me to help him take a photo. We chatted briefly, and guess what? He ended up recommending a nearby spot that serves a unique type of prata. Those unexpected local tips you get from strangers on the road always turn out to be the best recommendations.
Hi, my name is Jenny, and I'm from Communication and Media Department. What about you?
Hi, I'm Shamika, and I'm from the Economics Department, and it's so nice to talk to you.
It's nice to see you too. Well, I've just been to the Deepavali festival in Little India, and I would like to ask some questions about you, about this.
Oh, definitely, go on.
So, here I had this dish. Actually, I'm not quite sure what this is, so what is the first dish I ate?
Okay, so this dish is called a biryani. You can have it in like different variants. Mainly it depends on what meat they add to it. So if you add chicken, it's called chicken biryani. It's traditionally made with lamb, so it's called mutton biryani. And of course, for the vegetarians, they also have a veg biryani, which is like a non-meat variant of it. It's usually made with a lot of spices, and it's popular in the Hyderabad region of India. So it's really tasty. I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I like it very much. And I also had many Indian dessert, but many of them are just too sweet for me. Why are many Indian sweets?
Okay, so I'll tell you the reason why there are so many sweets in India first. It's because traditionally, firstly, Indians have a very strong sweet tooth in most cases. And secondly, for the temples that we visit, mostly sweets are offered to the deities. So that's why there are like a lot of different sweets depending on what sweet is which god's favorite. So they're more sweet depending on how they're prepared. So I think the sweet that you're having is called a gulab jamun, and it's actually soaked in sugar syrup for like a very long time, making it extremely sweet. Yeah.
And what are the difference between paratha and chutney?
Okay, interesting question. So, although both of them are variants of flat bread, a paratha is usually made out of maida or refined flour, giving it like a very gummy texture. I think you must have felt it when you eat it. It has a very chewy texture to it. While chapati is made out of wheat flour, and it's usually what people have every day at home because it's very easy to make, unlike paratha, which requires like a lot of skill, I'd say. Yeah.
And I also know there's an art form called kolam, and which is used to celebrate Deepavali. And where do I see it?
Okay, so India is a very big country, right? And every region in India has its own food, its own art form, its own language, to be honest. And Kolam is an art form which is traditionally based in like the southeastern part of India. So, to be precise, states called Telangana, Andhra Pradesh are the regions where Kolam is more popular. And in Singapore, most people come from the extreme southern region of India. So that's why the art form is not very popular in like the south of India, and probably that's why you couldn't see it around Little India. Yeah.
And why is Deepavali festival set at this time of the year?
Okay, so to answer that, I think I'll give you a very quick backstory about what Deepavali is. So there are two main Indian epics or legends called the Ramayana and Mahabharata. And based on these two epics, most of the Hindu festivals in India get their dates, get their stories behind it. So Deepavali is traditionally the day where Lord Ram, who's the hero from the Ramayana, returned back to his kingdom after 14 years of exile. So this was the time when he actually came back. So it's usually between September and October, according to the Hindu calendar, which usually starts in April. So that's why we celebrate Deepavali this time of the year.
And on Deepavali day itself, what are some special rituals or activities you family usually do?
Wow, it really makes me miss home a little more. But I think the main essence of Diwali or Deepavali is lighting lamps called diyas, which is also one reason why the festival is called Deepavali. Deep or diyas are, I think you must have seen them in Little India. They're the small mud lamps
Yeah.
where you add oil and light it. Yeah, so we usually light that all across our homes, outside our homes. We draw these colorful rangolis, which is like kolam art, but it's much more simpler because for us to do. And we dress in new clothes. Traditionally, on the morning of Diwali, we all apply oil all over us and then, have a good bath. Then we visit temples, we visit all our friends and family, especially the elderly. We go there, take their blessings, and then we have like a good Diwali feast. So we either visit our relatives or they visit home and everyone has lunch together. And in the evenings, it's more about doing puja, or there's this goddess of wealth called Lakshmi. So we usually pray to the goddess of wealth to bless us with prosperity and wealth. And then at night, it's usually fireworks, firecrackers to end the day in a very joyful and pompous manner. Yeah.
Amazing. And in your opinion, how is Deepavali in Singapore different from how it is celebrated in?
Okay, so for India, I'd say the festival is celebrated like in a more grand way. It's like 10x more grand. But I think on the positive side, in Singapore, it's very environmentally friendly and conscious. While in India, it's like a lot of fireworks, a lot of loud music, loud noises. But if you want to see like the spirit of India, then Diwali is the time to actually visit places like I come from Bombay. So Bombay, Kolkata, these places are really lit up and they're beautiful decorations. Like I see in your video, you've shot the markets. So the markets in India are very beautiful and huge during this time of the year. So I think if you ever plan to visit India, you should definitely visit it during Deepavali.
Okay, I'll definitely try in my future. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a great time and I hope you got answers to your questions.
Thank you. Thank you for your answers.